I do remember that I was here for that whole fall, the semester. So I came in early September and I was here until the first days of January. And I was doing research for my PhD dissertation, and I lived with a host family. At the time I had a girlfriend who was American but of Korean ancestry. And in December, the very end of my time here, she came to visit. And she brought with her this brand new camera. And so all these photographs were taken with this camera. That was me, and then with a beard and with longer hair. And we were just walking around in sort of normal street scenes. This, I think, is Freedom Square and typical market scenes. Another thing I would say, and you can see that I'm wearing in this photograph, it was unusually colorful because almost everybody at the time wore black all the time. And you go to a movie theater or something and the showing would end and it would just like this wave of black as everybody had to leave. And obviously there was reasons for that, because if you didn't have water and electricity and it was hard to watch stuff most of the time, it was easier just to wear black most of the time. And this is the host family that I stayed with at the time. They were on Brothers Kakabadze Street by McDonald's. And this is the host father and the host mother, and they had a little daughter who I'm sure is like 30 years old now. We had a supra for New Year's Eve, and this was our campagna for New Year's dinner. We ate a lot of greчихa. That was the main sort of meal, greчихa with khemali and things like, well, khajapuri and olivier. But I also do remember it was a bit surprising seeing all of the gochebi on the street. That was kind of unusual. That's not something that you would usually see at a table in New York, where I come from. The fact of Georgian wine was something different, and I had to get used to, because in the West, and I think now in Georgia too, there's many ways of enjoying wine, and now there's a lot of bottled wine. At that time, the only wine that people drank would be in really huge gasoline bins, and in large quantities and in little glasses, and never sipping it to enjoy it, but only as part of the toast, that you would drink it very fast. This is the bus stop on Freedom Square. You can see the marshrutkas parked behind. Remember the gaishniki, the traffic police that used to stop everybody? And one thing I think really stands out with these photographs is that there's very few foreign cars at that time in 1999. Almost all the cars were Soviet, Ladas and Zhiguli and Volgas. And remember that there used to be telephone booths. This is before people had mobile phones. I think I knew one person who had a mobile phone. It wasn't that kind of a happy time then in 1999, and there was this sort of sense of depression, this sort of sense that things were falling apart. And if you compare the views in some of those photographs with sort of what things look like today, with how much color there is and how much light and how people are out in the street. But at the same time, I think in that period and in those situations, people dealt with it by getting together, by spending time together, by enjoying the fact that they enjoyed each other's company, and so that's what we did as well. That one really demonstrates how sort of sad the light's just that. Even that had barely any color in it.